Hello everybody and welcome to a new game. Port Royale 4, the beta has launched, or kind of like is open now for everyone who pre-orders the game, and I'm a huge fan of the series. I've played Port Royale 1, 2 and 3, and 3 was the weakest in my opinion, but 4 looks really promising again, so here it is, our first impressions video of this new game coming out in autumn this year. Now we do have a few options already. We do have the tutorial, the campaign for the Spanish campaign, which kind of like tells a story about someone, and the free mode. And well, you do have quests in the campaign, you also have quests in the free mode, and we're doing the free mode in this first impressions video. If you like it, and if you like what you see, and if you like to watch it, then we'll have more videos and even have a series of the campaign if you want so. Now, first of all, let's go for the free mode. I want to skip the tutorial. What we need to do first, well, what is the game about? It's about you trading in the new world. So we've just discovered the new world. We're in the 16th, 17th century, and well, we're colonizing it. We have to trade especially, and we have to gain reputation in our rank upon Spain. Spain is the only nation we can play right now. That would be the Netherlands, that would be the British, that would be the French. In that case here, the Spanish is the first one we can go for, and we have to choose, well, we have to choose someone. First of all, let's continue. The Adventurer, the Merchant, the Buccaneer, the Piratess. Those are the 4 classes that we can play more or less. Unfortunately, you're tied to a gender at the moment. I really don't like to play female characters, nothing against female characters, but, you know, RPGs are more or less for me to involve myself in the world, and I need to be a male for that. Right now, we can choose the Adventurer, which would be a male. So this one here, like every true explorer, he's fearless, unconventional, full of beans, and always on the lookout for new knowledge. And receive 2 captains at the beginning, is able to rebuild vessels, and 20% weaker in boarding fights. Now that is something, that is a very solid choice, but we're going with the Merchant in this case. She's nifty, courageous, thirsty for adventures, and there is no deal she misses out on. Now this one does not require a trade license. That is just a huge bonus in my opinion. You save a lot of money there, and is able to trade with all nations even at war, because of course those nations can be at war with each other, and they can even then take over the cities of the other nations. And the trader or the merchant has a really strong advantage there. So let's go with Teresa Campus, and that's it. Now we need to start that we have all the cities available right now. As we can see here, England, Netherlands, France, Viceroy, and down here we have the Viceroy. Here we have the French, and we are Spain, so we are the red ones. This is our territory more or less, and let's choose one of them. So we can choose now Seville, for example, Valladolid, Belize City, Tela. Down here we have Maracaibo, so that is the Viceroy, and we should be close to the Viceroy because that is a very important city where a huge quest are, the treasure fleet and labor force. That is something we need to look out for as well. Cartagena, Coro, which would be very close then to England, but in that case let's go with, oh, we could even choose Gibraltar, but that is a very isolated location there, right? Puerto Cabez. And yes, let's actually go with Seville because I like the name, and it is rather central here with the French and the Dutch close by, and the Viceroy city is not that far away. Right, so we have to choose that. Seville is ours, and cash we start with, let's start with, oh, yeah, 300,000 is fine, and 3 vessels. We could even choose them more difficulty here. Pirates a few. Let's make pirates a regular. Trading system, task list is mixed, military, economical, mixed. And with that, let's start a first game of Port Royale 4. Right, and here we are now on the map. So first of all, as we can see, we do have lots of cities now around us. We are here in Seville, and we do have, for example, the Spanish cities here close by, and we do have, for example, the Dutch cities up here. There are a few stutters here when you're at maximum zoom levels, so I'm sorry for that. Can't change that. Now, what we need to do first of all is have a look around what each of these cities produce, because that is the first major goal. The game kind of like starts with as a trading game, so you need to get up a trading network kind of, and as you progress and make money out of that, you can then finally focus on the city aspect. So for example, here in Seville, where we are right now, we have our hometown, and in Seville, let's have a look at our production here. So we have cotton, fruit, tobacco, furniture and clothing. So those are the strong points of the town. Those are the production chains that I could build here then at some point. For example, furniture is really valuable. The same goes with clothing. Both of them don't need goods already, so we do need furniture here, so wood and metalware. So those are things that are usually rare in this town then, because they're consumed with crafting, for example. And we can see that here. Metalware, for example, is low, and clothes is low as well. So those are things that we can sell here. Now we could start our production chain here right away. The problem with that is, well, production chains are expensive. They have a constant cost then. And you do need a reputation before you can do anything here. So right now we cannot build in this town. When I go for this one here now, we do need a building verdict. And for that we do need to gain some reputation first, and that means, well, trading. We do have 3 vessels that we start with. So those 3 here. And with them we can trade. So we do have the furniture and the clothing. Let's look around. Valladolid has clothes. That is very good for the clothing. And here we do have metalware, very good. We do need that in Seville. Now metalware, I know, costs metal and coal. Metal is being produced in Caesar right away. Coal we would have in Valladolid. So let's start with a bit of clothing. We should have that here, since we are producing that in Seville. And we can see, if we want to trade, here we do have, for example, up to this point we can trade. Because then the prices would increase. You know, and that is not very good. So we want to keep the average low, and 324 is the green spot here. So let's go with that. And the furniture. This is the perfect spot again, the balanced one, right? So we have that. That cost us a bit, and let's sail down there to Valladolid. Our ship here in all its glory. There are storms, there are pirates, there is a wind direction, so we need to be careful where we sail our ship. If there's a storm, of course we have to circumvent it. But right now there's nothing. Now, Valladolid, here we are. A nice little town, as we can see. I really like the graphics. Beautiful. We can zoom in quite close to the citizens here. Not my citizens. Yes, we can become a mayor then of the town if we are wealthy and, you know, have a good reputation for them. But right now, as we can see, furniture and clothing is very low, so it's deep red. So we can sell it. We can sell it until the prices go a bit too low. This is the spot for this one. And here we can actually sell, 9 of them. Right, so this is profitable. What we know here in Valladolid is that clothing is very abundant. So we can purchase lots of clothing and coal. Right, so, oh, we're actually full. Right, so for now we cannot do that. Let's go back to Seville because we can sell the clothes. Those are only Spanish towns here, so they're my town. We do have the Netherlands here then, for example, the Dutch colonies, and as a trader we can trade there right away. We don't need any trading permit as with the other classes would be necessary. And as we can see, we can actually sell quite a lot of clothing because before it gets too low. And then we continue, I think, to Cecil, because Cecil is producing the metalware. That is something, right? That is one ship though, however. So we do have a second ship, and with the second ship we could, for example, go with a bit of tobacco, since we're not producing that, tobacco and fruits. So let's get some fruits, even though that is not a very valuable resource. And tobacco down here. And with that, let's get to Valladolid. Over there. We can sell it. So now my 2 ships are on the way. Meanwhile, what I can do with my 3rd ship, let's get more clothing, because of course it gets produced again in the meantime. Right? And let's get those goods over here to the Dutch colonies, because I can see none of them actually has furniture, for example. So that would be a very good export region. Right, we have that. And here we can now sell. So clothing a bit, not that much actually. And furniture. Oh, there just was someone that sold furniture probably. But we have metalware here. So we can get us some metalware. Oh, quite a lot of it too. And metalware is really valuable. Let's continue down here to Campeche. And in Valladolid, one of my other ships has arrived. So we can sell. Oh, we can actually sell all the fruit. And down here, tobacco. A bit of tobacco, not much though. And then we continue our journey down to Belize. Perhaps we can purchase something of value. No, Belize doesn't need any of those things there. So let's get over there. My other ship here. Let's have a look. Clothing or clothes. That's something. Some metal tool we can sell. Yeah, actually we can sell all our clothing and a bit of furniture perhaps. Very nice. What else? We do have actually rum here. There we have it. And rum is really good to sell. So let's purchase all of it. All that we can get. Right, so here we actually have lots of goods right now. And there is nothing here, but I know there is something here. So of course we can explore them as well. We might find some treasure, some pirate coves or some new cities. And in this case here I know there are some additional cities. So I think the British or the French, something like that. So we just sail over here. It is a bit risky though, because of course I'm not earning any money right now when I'm doing that. But if I find a good city, well then it's actually worth it. And this just looks like a really nice spot here for a city. Unfortunately there's nothing over here. Let's continue. That definitely is another town though, somewhere. Let's continue. While that ship is on its way, let's go to my other convoy that we have over here, where we might sell some tobacco. Very good. Can actually sell something here. And oh, metal is good there. Metal is something we might sell. Right, so in that case here, let's just sell a bit more tobacco and get the metal. And then let's get up there again to Seville. Now, oh, wait a second, not Seville, but... Oh yeah, we can actually take clothes on our way over there then. Right, that's something. Let's have a look to the Dutch. Over here, we do have a convoy. And there we can... Oh, not clothing, but actually furniture. That is something that we can actually go for here. And some rum that we might go for. So let's purchase some rum and continue our way to Havana. Now the thing is, at the moment I'm not really making much cash, I know. Because I'm primarily purchasing goods. That is that ship, and the other ship should have arrived here now. So don't get distracted that I'm trading manually now quite a lot. We are going to have trade routes soon, and then I don't need to trade manually anymore. It's just to figure out what's important in what town, you know. So here we can get lots of coal, for example, in Valladolid. So they're producing that, and clothes. Let's make it full. Because coal we definitely do need down here, because for metal work you do need metal and coal. And in Seville we do need the clothing, or the clothes for the clothing, and the furniture needs the metalware again. So there we would have a nice trading route already that we can start now. Let's start with selling the stuff that I have. So metal, quite a lot here. That was profitable. Lots of coal there. And then, for example, the clothes. We can sell all of it that is needed here. Purchase some clothing again. And some furniture. And we continue with that down here now, selling it at Sisal, especially the coal. There we found a new city, so Villa Hermosa. There is luxury ware in there. That's a very profitable one. Other than that, we should be able to sell most of what we have right now here. The metalware, the rum. So that is a Dutch town. Is it? No, it's French. It's a French town. Our convoy has arrived. Let's sell, yep, we can sell rum here. We can sell some clothes, metalwork, and furniture. That was profitable here. Very nice. What do they have? They have the luxury ware. So that's down here. Luxury items, and we can actually purchase a few of them. They're very expensive though. And with that, let's get up there to Sisal, or to actually Seville. And there we sell the rum, the metalware, and the luxury ware. And with my second convoy here, we can sell the coal that we need here and the metal. That is for the metalware. Let's get rid of the tobacco, it's not worth it anyway. Some clothing. And furniture's here anyway, but we can purchase the metalware once again. Right, and let's get down here to Campeche. There we can purchase some rum again. Meantime, my other convoy should be somewhere here. Havana, I think, right? Yeah, there it is. There we have the rum, and we can sell, actually we can sell all of the rum there. We can also sell lots of clothing and furniture, all of it. So that is a very profitable one as well. We're close to 300,000 again where we started, and we still have lots of goods stored on our ships. Now, I know now what the strengths and weaknesses of some of those cities are. Let's go back to Campeche there. Let's have a bit more manual here. For example, metalware here, clothes, and then furniture, for example. And then we continue up there. There's a quest. So here, for example, for a long time, the citizens of the town are missing a commodity, which already impacts their satisfaction negatively. Therefore, there is a request for 85 hemp. Let's accept it. We have accepted it, and we do need to get now 85 hemp. I hope that wasn't a mistake. We should be able to get that easily, though. I haven't seen a town now that produces that. So let's find hemp. Oh yeah, we don't have any hemp in Valladolid. There really isn't any town. Oh, up there, Florida Keys. They also have metalware. That is important to know. Now, let's go. Let's go for the first trade route. We do have, I think, one of those ships there. This one here. Yeah, we're going to sell all of that in Seville, and then we can start our first trade route. And there we arrive. At some point, we can also speed up the game if we want to. I'd rather not do that, because if there's a mistake anywhere, it just piles up way too quickly. We can actually sell all of the rum, that's good to know. Sell all of the clothes. Sell all of the metalware and luxury as well. Look at that. We have made a nice profit so far, and I want to use that now for my first trade route. Let's start with that. There's the route. Let's create it, and let's create the first route. This one, and let's edit it. Now for that one here, the wind plays kind of a role. We're going to ignore the wind for now though a bit. We want to start, let's see, in, I guess, in Belize City. Then we go to Valladolid, to Seville, to... Oh, we could also have a trade route for this area here only, and then for this area only, but let's not do that. Cizal, Campeche, to the villa, and then back the whole thing again. Right, so that's it. That is my trade route. Let's actually get rid of Belize. And now we need to look out for Belize. Here, what I can see is that metal is really strong. So in that case here, we buy metal, and we can just say automatic price. You know, so as long as as long as there is a good pricing on it, we can purchase it. Then in Valladolid, we have the coal. We purchase that. In Seville, we now start selling coal for a medium priority, and we sell metal for medium priority. It's not very high priority here because Seville really doesn't need those goods in general. Cizal though needs both of them. So in Cizal, we can now say sell the coal and the metal for high priority. And then we just continue in Campeche to sell them at the highest priority afterwards. Because if we are not able to sell everything in Cizal, he should just dump it then in any of those towns so that we are not piling it up too much there. Right, so that's that. And of course, on his way back, Cizal, once again, he can sell it again on his way back. So that would be the metal for this one. Now, in Belize, in Valladolid, we actually have the clothing, or the clothes. That one here. Automatic. And we want to sell that right away in Sevilla. At the highest priority. Right? In Sevilla, we sell that, and then we just continue to dump it if we have more of it afterwards. Campeche, and we should probably have a bit of it left then. And Villa Hermosa definitely does need it too. Big town, and it produces the luxury one. Now that is the clothing, the cloth, sorry. And now in Seville, so we're still up here, we have the clothing and we have the furniture, those two items here. And they can then continue. Furniture here is there, so we don't need that. But the clothing, that is something in Cizal that we can go with. This one. and we can sell it. We can sell it in Campeche. I'm pretty sure that clothing is really not a problem, so we're going to sell that easily. And Villa Hermosa. Here we're selling it too. And just in general, since I think, as far as I can see, Seville is the only town here on the trade route that produces clothing, we can then just continue selling it in Valladolid, for example. We can sell it in Belize City. Oh, not this one. But that one, for the highest priority there, right? And in Cecil on the way back again, we could try to sell it once more. The same with Campeche. Right, so that is the clothes. That is one thing. We do, however, still have the furniture that we still need to sell in Campeche. Here. So there we sell the furniture. And in Villa Hermosa. I'm pretty sure that we can sell most of it in Villa Hermosa then. That should be fine. If we're not, on the way back to Valladolid, we can sell it also. And in Belize City. Right, so that's that. And there is still another good here on the trade route. That is the metalware in Cecil. So in Cecil we're selling the ore and the coal, but we can purchase then the metal. And we can then dump it, or well, sell it actually, not dump it, in Campeche for low priority, in Villa for low priority. And then in Seville for high priority. And we need to be careful here what town we choose, because this Seville is a different one than this Seville, because this one here is coming from here and this one here is coming from here. So we need, that's a tricky one. We need to be careful there when we mix those routes there. In that case here, he's on his way back and then he's going for Valladolid once more. So here we can then sell metalware and we can sell, oops, I already have that here, and the clothing. Right, so those are the things. What I still have is in Campeche, that is here, on his way down there. He can purchase some rum, because in Campeche that is really good. So in Villa Hermosa we can sell the rum already. And on his way back, Cecil, he can sell the rum. And in Seville we can sell the rum. Right, and in Valladolid then as well. For high priority, and in Belize City. That is the rum from Campeche, right? I think that's quite enough for one trade route. We still have other goods here. We have hemp in Villa actually, and we do have this one there, ceramics I think, or luxury good here in Cecil, but we can do that later, right? So that is a pretty big route. Let's assign a ship on that. That is Seville 1. Is now on the route, and we can now say route active. And now that ship is trading automatically. So that is something we don't have to worry about anymore. We can then have a look at the statistics of the route and see if it's making any money or not. And if it's not making money, we can adjust. But if it's making money, well then we can just go all out.
Why don't you come and visit me again?
Now here, I have no idea who that just was. But here now, we still have the quest. So that's still active, yes. Till May 11, that's fine. 85 hemp. So our ship should be here now. There it is. And hemp, 85. Easy. No problem here. Let's just purchase 96 of it. Anything else? Metalware is something that we have here. Let's purchase a bit of that as well. And sell metalware on our way back to Seville. And then we can turn in the quest. That is something. So that is one trade route that we have down here. Now let's have a look at the ship. And as we can see, it's already purchasing something like metal, for example. Oh, the weather is looking like storm. And after a bit of time, then we can look up the statistics. So here we can have them balanced right now. Of course, he just started, and then, but it takes a few rounds, you know, before this one truly takes, reliable information in that case. For now, we just watch it. It should be profitable though, but of course there's always room for optimization. That is one trade route. We do have the Dutch over here, the colonies, and we've already seen that they can be quite valuable. Now here, I want to have Seville 2 on that route then. First of all, let's sell the metalware that we have here. Quite a lot of that. Right, and let's get over there to Havana, where we can sell those goods again. And where is my other ship? There it is. Not the hemp, but the metal where we can sell here, and the clothes. Very good. And then we can continue now to Caesar to finish the quest. Of course, the quest gives us something again, and that is fame. And fame is something we have up here. That is another system entirely that takes place in the background. And this system is very important, that we have the fame. So fame we do get with reputation, with quests and stuff like that, with delivery to the colonial commodities of to Maracaibo, so where the viceroy is. And in this case here, we can also apply for town administration, and that would mean then that we could become the mayor of this town at some point, you know. But that is a long-term goal. We could, that is the most important thing, purchase concessions. Now with concessions we can get captains, we can get the concessions to build certain buildings, like the brewery, like the weaving mill, the tailor, and then it gets higher, as you can see. And we have then the ability to, for example, get settlers to Spanish colonies and participations in other quests, for example, and then even have the ability to control war galleons. And that fame is very important, because otherwise we cannot advance with our production chains then. Now here we have the hemp, let's sell all of it. And with that we have finished the task, get 25 fame of this one here. Let's have a look. That's here. So another task, and then we would have reached the next fame level. There is another task, for example. That would be a treasure hunt, as far as I can see, so there's a treasure map for that. But let's just have a look at my ship there. So at the moment no balance yet. What we have here, rum, furniture, some metal in store. What I can see is we still have metal though here on that one on the way back from Villa Hermosa. So we should have a look again, edit the route. Villa Hermosa, where we are. Are we selling metal here? Yes, we are. Campeche, let's try to sell metal again. In Caesar, let's try to sell metal once more. We're really doing that. And then in Sevilla, because we really want to get rid of the metal there. Should not be clogging up anything here. What I can see is that we've sold actually the rest that we purchased in Sevilla. We have a bit of furniture now left. Let's see what he's doing in Campeche. Not really anything, right? Not much. So there's probably a problem in the route then soon. Now we do have, I want to get a second trade route up and running though. Where is my other ship? There we have another ship where we are selling a bit of clothing and a bit of furniture. We can actually sell all of that. As you can see, we've already made 80,000 cash there. Really profitable so far. And, oh yeah, let's get the Florida Keys. Now here I want to start with my second trade route. Create a new route. And then we edit this. And this time we take Sevilla as the starting point. And we go then to, let's see. Yeah, Nueva Filipina, Havana, and Florida Keys. I think that is a good one. Yeah, everything else would be a bit too long in that case here. So in Sevilla we start, and here we start with, well, purchasing clothing and furniture. Those are the two things that we really produce a lot here. And in Nueva Filipina we can already start selling the furniture. We can do that then in Havana. That is a rather simple trade route, only has 4 stops. Florida Keys. In Florida Keys, we produce, or there is a production of metalware, so we should definitely purchase that, because metalware is required for the furniture. And we can sell that then right away in Sevilla for a high price, hopefully. And the rest then in Nueva Filipina, if there's some leftovers, and in Havana. Right, that's that. What we can do in Nueva Filipina is the rum. This one. And in Havana, we do have the beer. Havana, we purchase the beer and sell the rum. In Florida Keys, we sell both of it. And the same goes with Sevilla, because in Sevilla we don't have beer or rum. Right, that's that. What else do we have here on the route? We have clothes in Nueva Filipina. That is something we need in Sevilla. But we do have already a trade route here with clothes that deliver that to Sevilla. So we're going to make it a smaller one in Nueva Filipina. Let's purchase that. And let's sell the rest then, or let's sell it then everywhere where we can. And in Sevilla, sell it big time. Now I think that's already it. We do have now a few products there. Hemp is something that's not really often in any of the other colonies. So in Florida Keys we can actually, yeah, purchase some hemp there and sell it then in the other ones, in the other towns. Right, that's that. Now for this trade route here we need to assign a ship, and I think Sevilla 2, is that on a ship? Yeah, it's not. So we can assign this one on the route. And there we have the second trade route now active, and both of them hopefully will make us some money. Who knows? This one here still has the metal there on board. Selling a bit of metal there. Right, so I think we will need to change this trade route. So one trade route for this side here and one trade route for this side. Otherwise it gets a bit too messed up there in that point here. So we do have 200 metal on board right now. No one needs 200 metal. He's completely congesting the trade route there. So that's the AI then. Selling barely anything where we need to sell it. But we actually made some profit in the last tour. So 10,000 in the last tour. That was the first round, you know. So my only gripe here is right now that he's just purchasing way too much metal. Let's have a look at that, why that is the case. In Belize City, he should be purchasing it. And let's have a maximum price here. So for the maximum price of 64, I need to have a look at what the usual price is for metal there. Let's see. 48, right? So 48 is the minimum, and we can sell it profitable for, oh yeah, for quite a good price. So we should say 64 should be the maximum of what we can actually purchase there, because we can sell it then for 100 in the other towns. That is fine. So let's keep that active, so he's not purchasing too much of that anymore, hopefully. That is something to keep in mind. In Sevilla, that would be important. We do have a quest. An elderly woman looks in the distance with a scared look. He told me something about an old vessel which he had discovered on a coast and he intended to refloat it. But that's a long time ago. Let's accept this one. And close to Turk Islands, there is something we need to find. Do I still have a free ship? I think I do. That is a trade route, right? Where is my other ship then? It's not this one. Okay, let's have a look at my ship list. For some reasons I've lost my ship. There it is, in Caesar. And we need to get to Turk Islands. That is something somewhere over here as far as I know. And there is something we need to find. That is important. And that's far away from our town though, so until June 17. That is a bit close though. So hopefully we make it on time. We need 10 days to get there. So we should make it on time. For this quest here. Right, so far so good. In Sevilla, we do now have a bit of more reputation. So I think we could start then with a concession. We do have the fame level for our first concession that we can go for here. And then we could start building something here. Since it's Sevilla, I think, yeah, we can build right away now. Right, so we could build now fruit plantation, cotton, tobacco, sugar. That is something for the basics. For the other ones, we would need to reach higher levels and purchase it with the fame. So that is especially interesting then for the clothing and for the furniture. So we can have our ships deliver that to Sevilla and then produce it ourselves. And of course, if we do that, we do need workforce. So for that, we would need some residential area. That is also interesting because this gives us rent. In that case here, we could have a look if there is enough housing. Hospital is 0, markets is 8%. But it seems like there is enough housing for everyone. Housing space utilization 76%. Right, so we don't need any housing so far. And so far I don't want to build here anything. You know, we really want to wait a bit there until we make something out of our trade routes there. This one here, for example, which is now on its way to Nueva Filipina, selling lots of furniture and clothing. Let's speed it up there real quick and see how he's doing. Selling a bit of furniture there. He should be purchasing, yeah, rum and clothes now. That's something he's got. He's actually full right now, so in Havana he should be selling a lot. And he did, of those goods there. And so he continues now, hopefully making us some cash there. So that is Port Royale for now. Trading routes, that is only the first step though in building an empire of economics and stuff like that. And then we could go up here with, you know, becoming mayor of these towns, administration. And of course that's not all. There are quests, there is some pirate hunting and nation fighting. So those nations here, they can be at war with each other, of course. And then the towns might change or shift in political power. That is something to keep note of as well. But so far a really nice game. I like the graphics. There's some room for optimization. Other than that, well, we might just have a big series. This game is coming out in September or something like that, so if you're interested in that, just click the like button and of course leave a comment. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned.